Groupers belong to the family Serranidae and are sometimes referred to as cods or rock cods, usually in relation to a particular genus. Most species reach a moderate size for a reef fish, and the largest is reported up to 3 meters.
Okay, so groupers are one of the most expensive marine species, so they're very popular in Southeast Asia because of the what we call the lesser supply from the wild caught fishes. The prices has risen drastically. So to some fishermen and all that, that's still considered a very high expensive species compared to the aquaculture ones.
Ephinephrus, or commonly known as grouper, is a marine fish that fall under the family Serranidae and classified under subfamily Epiphelinae.
The body of the grouper was variable in shape, from deep body to elongated shape, or little compressed to notably compressed. Their color are variable with patterns of light or dark stripe, spot, vertical or diagonal bar, or nearly plane. They have a large and terminal mouth. The grouper have single dorsal fins or maybe notch. A single complete lateral line was extending on grouper caudal fin.
They are hermaphrodites, so what that means is they mature first as one sex, mostly females first, and then they will change sex to males later on at a much larger stage.
These marine vertebrates can be found at deep water or shallow high-bottom coral reef. For example, Atlantic Goliath grouper can be found primarily in coral and artificial reef at depth of 5 to 50 meters.
Main bawah, main dasar. Kapu tak main atas. Dia main bawah je.
Grouper fish is a carnivorous fish that feeds on mostly fishes, crustaceans and mollusks. Species Ephinephrus marginatus usually feeds on benthic species, while gold blotch fishes feeds on pelagic species.
There are two types of feeding behavior for grouper. First is active predation. Red grouper, Ephinephrus mario, usually hunt down small fishes and crab. Next is ambush feeding. Large Goliath grouper, Ephinephrus itajara, usually waits for their prey and ambush them. They will snap them prey and usually swallow them whole.
Okay, so most groupers are what we call as group spawners. So they will have a certain sex ratio, and then they will spawn in the what we call as the deep oceans. Usually the process takes around 1 week. And then what they do is their eggs will be released to float towards the estuary areas. So that's where when they hatch, they have all the zooplankton and all for their first swimming. So previously most of the what we call that, the supply came from fisheries, but due to the much reduced grouper catches and landings, a very high percentage will be aquaculture due to the stability of supply.
Dia kapu ni pancing boleh bubu. Kancing ke orang bubu. Orang tahan bubu. Bubu kapu kena balik orang bubu atas batu. Atas karang bawah ada kapu.
They do not play an important role in regulation because most of their natural habitats will be around coral reef areas. I guess their function in ecology is just as a balancer, so they will consume all the smaller fishes to prevent the overexpansion of the smaller species due to overfishing. So basically the only way for preventing the overfishing is by aquaculture. In some species, maturation comes as late as around 10 to 20 kilograms. So for species of those sizes, when you mature late, usually what happens is unsustainable fishery catches and all. So that's why probably why the catches have a decrease in them. Some species are endangered, some species are threatened. So it depends on the group of species. So I think further information you can find on the IUCN red list. In fact, lots of groupers are endangered or threatened or near threatened. Some because due to lack of information. So for groupers, only the commercial species are usually of interest to many people. The non-commercial species, on the other hand, usually comprises smaller groupers and not much information is known about them. So yes, the majority of them are quite under threat. When it comes to regulation, There are no specific Malaysian regulations in which we control the quota of how many catches do we land and etc. The problem with Malaysia is that we have very poor enforcement, and so as we lack the capability to prevent foreigners from fishing in our what we call our waters. A lot of the market is from Taiwan. In fact, even Philippines does send their fishing vessels over. So what happens is a lot of the fishes are being trapped by this Taiwan and as well as Philippine these boats, and sometimes they're not caught by the authorities.
For conclusion, the groupers are very important to the marine ecosystem as they serve as a food sources to the local fishermen. The reducing amount of groupers might give significant impact in economy as some of them were bred and harvested for business purpose.